Hi guys, Lynn here, back with some more Star Wars Battlefront. Now, there's two main things that I have noticed which I wanted to pick up on. But first of all, I did want to say that, it does seem that with this game they have made a concerted effort to try and improve the team play and the objective play, something which is very, very important to me, something which I focus on a lot with my channel and just my general sense of being a player. It's something that I feel is lacking from a lot of games now, needs to be re-emphasized a lot. Now, we talked a lot in the past about positive simplicity, how perhaps the simplification of this game is going to encourage people to play positively in terms of, fighting for the objective. Now, in Star Wars Battlefront, they have included multiple little things which try and focus people towards the objectives. You can see there's a lot of little markers here. The UI lends itself towards these things. At the very beginning of a round, you are able to study and understand the game mode. There's explanations between the rounds. There's little sort of heads-up screens which give you information as well about things that you might want to do. So all of that stuff is fairly standard in stock. But another thing that they have included is in the round there is a voiceover communication, and this makes total sense. It basically encourages you and tells you to do things like, hey, we need to keep these comm stations down, or we need to go and capture this drop pod, or whatever. There's a couple of these in. I'm going to give you an example of those in a minute, but this is actually probably one of the best things that they could have put in here, because it literally is telling the player what to do. Now, if you know what you're doing, you don't really need to be aware of this. You're already probably doing it. But if you are a player who is new, or maybe just is one of those players who doesn't really think about the objective very much, these things are there to try and help and remind. Now, as we've said many times, you can't make people play objective. You could, but generally games don't make people do that. But often I believe that most of the time that's not even necessary. I think a lot of the time people just need to be reminded of what it is they're supposed to be doing, because it's very easy to get sidetracked, And so I think this is actually a really, really positive thing, and I'm very pleased to see it in here. And it's something which could be very easily included in the main Battlefield franchise as well. It's something that they could put in there. You could have an commander just reminding everyone, hey, we need to get that conquest objective now, blah blah blah. There's a couple of different things they could do there. We need to defend, we need to push this. Maybe the commander actually can give those orders and it keeps reminding people what it is they're meant to be doing. I don't know, there's loads of different ways you can look at it, but here's the examples, and then with the examples I will also lead you into the thing that I think is a shocking nightmare. You can probably guess already what it will be, but we'll look at that in a mo.
We have activated an uplink station. Prepare for enemy counterattack.
The uplink station has been activated by the rest. Must be activated in order to stop the Y-wing attack.
Well done. We've activated the uplink. Now defend it. Focus your attack on the warp. It won't be vulnerable for much longer.
So there we go. At the very end, it's telling you exactly what to do. Fighting against that AT-AT, you managed to take him down. All good, right? Victory is achieved, and objective play has won the day. Not quite. My super most frustrated, hating thing with Battlefront. Why is this here? Why is most kills the biggest primary focus? What possessed them to make this a thing? You also have there the two side elements of, for example, like most defended pods, most captured pods, other things, so that it does have the objective elements there as well. But why have they made such a trophy out of kills? Not only is it a larger icon, but it's front and center. And it's front and center of every mode, it seems. Both of these modes that we're playing, Drop Zone and the Walker Assault, are both very objective game modes. Drop Zone is kind of like this freestyling conquest sort of domination assault. It's more like domination, I guess. It's infantry focused. You're running around capping objectives. Actually, it reminds me a lot more of sort of Headquarters, if you remember Headquarters from Call of Duty. It reminds me very much of Headquarters, where you have to kind of capture a point, hold it, and then move to the next one. But anyway, regardless of that, it's a very objective mode. Yet kills is the thing which reigns down supreme. Now, when we were playing, I found myself thinking, man, I want to get that icon. And I would often be just running around, blasting the crap out of people, and not really thinking about the objective whatsoever, especially if it's kind of been secured by our team, because usually what happens is when the drop pod comes down, people run in, cap it, and then it's sort of defended, and there's usually like 2 or 3 people around there, so essentially all you need to be doing at that point is getting kills. So it's very, very much that people can just be running around and getting kills and nothing else. Walker Assault is no different. There's usually a few people playing the objective, so most of the time people can be just like running around and doing whatever, and it just fully focuses people on going for those kills. I do not understand why they thought this would be a thing to do. Now, I suppose if I want to be, rational to myself, then it makes sense in a way for this game, which is, after all, it's designed to be accessible, designed to be simplistic, designed to appeal to the biggest audience possible. And so in that sense, yes, that's why they're going to put that kill thing there. But it's just disappointing, and it's not necessary. I feel like people that would be going and wanting to get these kills anyway would probably be doing so, and it's what I'm really saying is it's just making more of something which I continue to perceive as being a negative thing. This emphasis always on kills. Now, we're in an FPS game. Of course, the purpose of being in here is to, shoot out the other players and do better at it than them. But there are game modes built into the objectives that you're playing here, and so it shouldn't be the overarching primary thing. At least it shouldn't be given the over-the-top amount of weight it's given by the end of the round, where it's like, hey, this person got more kills than anybody else, they're the best player. And it's like, why are they the best player? On Walker Assault, it's a team effort. And for this one, Drop Zone, it kind of makes a little bit more sense, right? Because it's furious, it's infantry focused, there's a lot of close quarters, and so if someone is running around wrecking the other team, then yeah, you're actually having a pretty big influence on how that round goes down, right? But Walker Assault, why on Walker Assault? I mean, again, of course you can argue that the more kills you're getting, then it's making a big difference to the team. Everybody always makes that argument, but it's bullshit. It's not right. It's not always the case. In fact, sometimes a game can be turned by someone who has a negative KD and just happens to be the only person who slips through and caps some sort of objective, or maybe they get like a shot on a walker which was going to create a threat or something like this. So choosing one person and saying this guy did better than everybody else, and it's all because he got the most kills. He could have just had a really lucky round. Maybe he just got the AT-AT a couple of times. Maybe he just got a few kind of quads with a thermal detonator. We all have these lucky rounds where everybody, you go amazingly high on your KD. Doesn't mean you're the best player by quite, It's disappointing, very, very disappointing, very, very frustrating. But, like I say, on the other hand, they've added some nice things there, which I would like to see go forward into other Battlefields. Those are my 2 things that I think are the best and the worst. As I say, I do feel very, very frustrated about the kill thing. I seriously hope that they reconsider. Please tell me your thoughts, guys, down below about what are your best and worst things for the Battlefront beta. See you next time.